Guys, how are you? I hope you're fine. Guys, I'm just pledging with you. Please follow me, share my videos and subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. You don't know what it means for me. What are you waiting for? So guys, it's about supporting each other, and every day we keep learning. I've long been waiting to see whether I can do something on Wodemaya. So now here I am. Today I got an opportunity to actually slot some time to just do this video, because I am a follower of Wodemaya and I really like what he does. And there are some questions I want to raise about what he does. So there is this video I was following just to check on the fact of the titles. Why does he use the titles that do not actually match with what, like they don't bring out what we're expecting. You see a title like Wodemaya visits men that eat human beings. And do you know, when I see such a title, I'm expecting to actually meet people who are eating human beings. Surprisingly, Wodemaya, I didn't see anything of that sort in the video. Actually, when we walk out there, we hear stories about the Kisis and the Gishu people. Now, there is this video about Wodemaya going to Rakai and checking on men who eat human beings. Up to now, by there, I'm so curious and just as scared as he was. Now, there is one thing about confidence. Yeah, one thing I'll give Wodemaya is that he's very confident, and he actually tries so much to ensure that he has spared time, and I think he's using a lot of resources. So guys, there's this video which it's about 10 to 15 minutes, yeah? And Wodemaya records his venture into Rakai village in Uganda. Very, very many kilometers away from town. But we actually saw that he has that aspect of determination. And of course, if you know about Wodemaya and his determination to seek information, you understand what I'm talking about here. So I'll be getting to fix this part. So let's just get to that before we can proceed. There's one thing about what people say and the reality. Now, I want you to hear this on the first part, when Wodemaya is actually ready to go and venture into this land of men who eat people. And you can actually see that the people are talking here with confidence. However, later it turns out different. So Wodemaya, tell us, is it that you went to the wrong people, or is it that you actually were misled? Just like currently, I still wonder whether the Gishu people, and of course, they tell us the Gishu people in Uganda eat people. And I was just planning on starting a venture. It's about dollars. You need money to begin visiting these countries and daring. That's a daring thing. Yeah, so let's check on this video at the beginning and tell me what you hear here compared to the truth. Yeah, so let's get to the people who report here, and later on what we'll hear from the man that is being tracked down.
No, I don't. I've heard stories about it. Not sure whether they exist or not.
Do you believe that they exist?
Yes, I do believe. I've heard stories and I've seen cases at police where people are having issues that their children have been eaten, or their fellow relatives are missing. Out of the blue, they were seen and they were missing. Yeah, but I believe it's there.
What are the kind of stories you heard?
I've also heard stories where people have taken out of their graves. People who have just been buried, and the next day the grave is empty, taken and eaten.
Said it cold.
Please, I really want to go find them. Can you help me get someone to take me there?
I'm going to get you somebody, a Boda guy is going to take you there. Deep in that village, you'll get the raw stories there.
But I feel like
I give high five to Wodemaya. Okay, daring something like this, going to visit people who eat people, it's one scaring thing. Remember, the people he asked actually assured or ascertained that there exist people who eat people. And of course, that is the story even for me. I've heard about people who eat people. I've heard that in Uganda, when you bury the dead, it's not obvious that that body will stay there. The same stories come from Kisii. When we were in the university, people used to talk about it, and they talk about such incidences. We've seen even witches, and we've heard about people who come out of, these rituals, and they are returning to religious ways, and they keep saying that indeed people eat the dead, people eat people. In fact, if I can tell you, there is a time a lady was married in our village, and people are like, hey, if that one goes back to their home, they must eat the firstborn. And I don't know, when we were in college, there were friends from Kisii, and some of them were tasting that indeed they're village. And of course, I'm yet to find out this, because when I begin the venture to visit, I want to dare such things. Yeah, so now what amazes me is how Wodemaya says he's delicious. So it seems that, I don't know why he said that. Why actually did he say that he's delicious and looks like he can be eaten? Yet he laughs. Such a thing would scare you. So this is why I give him high five, because how many of us can actually dare such a situation? I've seen families who fear even having their kid going even to Garissa, just a place where we have guns and people are shot. People are afraid, they're afraid. They don't want to go to this place. They're like, oh, my daughter, how will my daughter survive? How will my son survive? And yet, there is nowhere you can survive. If people are there, then it means you can also survive. So guys, just look at this small clip and how Wodemaya is laughing. Then tell me now, how many of you would laugh? Yeah? I know many of you maybe talk ill about Wodemaya, saying he's showing and all that, but can you smile the way he did, or laugh the way he did when he was told they are cannibals? So look at this now. Look at that.
Someone to take me there.
I'm going to get you somebody, a Boda guy is going to take you there. Deep in that village, you'll get the roasteries there.
But I feel like I look delicious. I feel like I look so delicious. At the end of the day, I won't be able to upload this video.
Of course, you saw that, right? Without exaggeration, you can actually see that Wodemaya was excited and daring, of course. Remember, he has traveled across the world in so many places, and he started his channel just like a joke. But it has gone and gone and gone, and he has studied so many languages. Sometimes you just have to know simple words, statements, and all that. Then you get a guide and go on. So dollars cap. Because this is an adventure that I feel is so exciting. So exciting. So people come and support me. Yeah, actually, I'm looking into travel channels or vlogs, because that is an exciting situation. Yeah, so guys, I reached in the video at one point when this, when Wodemaya and the guide Daniel have actually, and that guide are tracking Daniel, and they've just reached banana plantation, and it's about weedy, and so the scary part, and of course the guide just said that the brain may be delicious, and that was a scary moment, because the path to the field is a bit thickety. Now the other thing that I have to give an upload on Wodemaya is that the distance from even the home of this man to the garden itself, oh, it's miles away. How many of us can actually dare this? Those are things we must look at. Yeah, the naysayers, look at this. Yeah, now I'll be again getting that clip. Yeah, so that you understand what I'm talking about here, right there.
You sure? I'm not going up again.
Did you see that scary moment actually in Wodemaya? Was he faking or was it real? Yeah. And I want you to look at the way he's actually struggling, climbing. he doesn't look that unfit. Was he scared now getting to the final destination? Of course, they were just some few meters away from this farmer. And one thing that amazes me is that when they reach him and talk to him, he's so friendly. And of course, you can't actually think of him as a cannibal. But there is a story that is not adding up. When he's talking about the brother that was arrested, a piki that was carrying bodies, was it from, speculations, or was it real that they found human body? That's what I have not got, that part. Wodemaya, do us the justice to get at that detail. It might be long ago, because I just started randomly picking on some of the videos you posted long ago and do some reaction on it, because I'm like gambling, or Gobina is not giving me much demo Facebook sometimes, but I want to actually now get to more and more people that will give us content here. Yeah, so there is this moment that this man now explains everything and says he was ran down to poverty after young boys burnt his vehicle. When people claim that you are a killer, of course that happens. I've seen that happening in Kisii. It has happened in Yala, Rivatana, and the Giriama side. Sometimes it's just out of witch hunt, or people want to destroy you and they're envious, they want to occupy your land. But all that happens. Now here Wodemaya comes to this guy, and after they've talked, and he said how he ran down, he wills to give $1,000, yeah? And he's so appreciative. He nails, of course, he says that is how they show respect. I thought it's about men who do so. I think I have to dig deep into the culture, the Ugandan culture. Uganda is a great land for tourism, and of course we are coming. So, of course, learning a language is not an easy thing, I can tell you. I've tried German and it's giving me headache. Yeah, so let's get to see this part before we discuss more.
Tugenda kuyita mu bantu baffe batuwe obuyambi bonna bwe bagenda obuweereza. We babuweereza ezo sente agenda zimpeereza, nze nga gw'olaba wano nzaali zireeta ne nzikukwata.
People will come up saying that Wodemaya uses people to create content, just like they say Ogobina does and whoever it is. But what is the harm in getting to know deep about people? Then, of course, you film and reward them. I don't see any problem in that. If the person does not have a problem, they have given consent and they receive a gift, I don't see a problem. So Wodemaya is just doing his work, because this man has suffered for so many years, neglected. This Wodemaya comes from so far West Africa and comes in East Africa, then right to Rakai, and awards him $1,000. Who does that? Yeah? So let's give him what he deserves, right? Yeah, so Wodemaya is a man of a soft heart. It doesn't matter how much he has. You don't look at what somebody has to give you whatever they give, because so many people have a lot and they may not actually give. So guys, I'm here now on a critical analysis of Wodemaya's documentaries, and I'll be with you all the time. So thank you, pleasure. If you're watching, stay tuned. Love you.